Hi, and welcome back to my living room. You may not notice it's my living room because I've got this awesome white sheet hanging so that hopefully you'll be able to see the bands a little more clearly than we were before when they were blended into my couch. But you'll still see my dog likes to walk through because, she owns the place and you might hear some noises. But it's still my living room, and so we're still going to continue on with the living room series. We have our tie 4 in standard position. We've got both hands in the hand loops. We've got our feet in the foot loops. You may wear shoes if you feel like your feet are a little bit too soft on your floor. I'm going to do it without shoes on just to show you what my feet look like, but especially if you're on hardwood floors, I would really recommend wearing shoes. So that being said, we're going to get started. I have my feet about a little bit further in than hip width, so I'm about shoulder width apart. I'm just going to grab onto my leg bungees. I'm going to take a deep breath, and as I exhale, I'm going to push forward and away and open up my chest. And when you're doing this, you just do it really slowly and breathe through the whole movement. One more time, inhale. As you exhale, you're going to bring it back in. So you're pushing it out and then pushing it back in. And you're breathing through the whole thing. And what that's going to do is that's going to allow your muscles to open up again. So let's do that some more. So inhale, exhale, push forward and away. And you're going to feel that stretch right across here, right in the upper chest area. And you're just going to breathe as you hold it. Move, position, and inhale one more time. Exhale, push it forward and away and round it in. So you're kind of making a half circle out and a half circle in. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, push it forward and away. And your weight is balanced equally between your 2 feet. And your knees are kind of slightly bent. Your hips are tucked under. Inhale. Exhale, and bring it in. Good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to bring our feet together. We're going to grab onto the bungees with your thumbs pointing down, and you're just going to lift your knee up to waist height. If you can't get all the way up to 90 degrees, this is the goal, then you just bring it up as far as you can. So the deal with this one is that you're using the bungee to do the lifting of your leg. So you're really getting an arm workout without even realizing it. But you're using all these muscles up in here and in your back to keep you upright while you're doing this. Nice, gentle moving. We're not doing anything real exciting. We're just slowly getting our heart rate up. And if you're anything like me, you're feeling the warmth coming from inside out. Good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to turn, kind of pull backwards on our bungees, and we're going to bring our heel to our buttocks. So I'm going to turn sideways, and you'll see my heel coming up. And once again, we're using the bungee to do the lifting. If you feel your knees moving, what you really ought to do is kind of glue your knees together and kind of squat into it a little. Weights mostly in your heels. And we're really just trying to warm up those hamstrings. So, and as you're seeing too, instead of pulling my bungee backwards, I'm actually lifting it in a little bit of a bicep curl. Isn't that nice? Good. 3 more right here on each side. 2, we really want to get those hamstrings nice and warm because those are the things that get so tight, and we're going to do some stretching of those. Good. Now, feet just where you feel comfortable. And we're just going to lift up and take a deep breath in, look up at the sky, push it away as you exhale down. Good. Inhale again. Look up, feel the stretch, exhale down. One more time, inhale in. It feels really good. And push out. Good. And we're going to bring our feet back together-ish. Now I do want you hip width apart. So you're going to find your hip joints and you're going to draw a straight line down, and that's where you should see your feet. And you want your feet in that parallel position so there's exactly the same weight or space between your heels and your toes. Good. You're going to grab onto your bungees at your hips, and all you're going to do is allow your shoulder blades to come down in the back, have your hands open, push your weight into your heels so your knees are soft, and you're literally just going to push forward on the bungee and bring it back. Real simple, right? In about 2 seconds, you're going to start to feel it. Now, this kind of works a whole bunch of muscles all at one time. So in these brief living room series workouts and Type 4 online, OsteoUp online, woohoo! Instead of trying to do one little tiny muscle group for a long time like we used to do in class, we are going to focus on doing more muscles at one time to kind of shorten the duration of the exercise. Now, if you really like a move, like I've always said, there is that pause button, and you can pause it, go back and do more of that. Or shake out your arms. Yeah, we're going to do some more of those. I really want you this time, I want you to kind of stick your bottom back, put your weight into your heels, knees are bent, your chest is up though, because we really want to keep those shoulder blades together in the back. Inhale, exhale as you release. Good. And we're just pushing it straight forward and back. The other thing you can do is if you really like a whole group of workouts, like today's workout, for instance, if you like this a lot, feel free to rewind and restart it. I mean, there's no limit to how much you can do until your body is your limit. When your body says stop, then that's when you need to stop. Good. Try to keep those shoulders up and the shoulder blades down in the back. I know you're starting to feel it in your mid-back area, and that's a really good thing. And we're going to do 2 more. And you want to breathe. Remember, breathing is good. 1. Hold it. Sit down and come back up. And sit down. Keep tension on the bungee. Come back up. 3, and come back up. And nice breathing. Your weight's in your heels. You feel all that pressure in your bottom. 2, I'm sure I miscounted. And last one, and bring it up. Good. Shake all that out. Yeah, I know you felt it like right here, and you're feeling it right here. So let's do a little bit of stretching to get that kind of to settle down a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our legs wide. We can take our bungees at our hips, push it out to the side, stick your bottom back, weights in your heels, go down as far as you feel comfortable without bending over really. Really stick that bottom back. Inhale, exhale, and pull it back. Good. That should feel really good. All right. Now I want you to take your bungees. You're going to take them off your hands. You're going to bring them in front of you so where the little plasticky things are that attach them. You're going to make it equal tension on both sides. Cross it behind you. And I like to put my hands in that first loop. You can put it in the second loop. You can do whatever you want. We're just going to breathe a little bit. Just going to reach back. Inhale. Exhale, bring it forward. Feel that tension on the bungee come across your mid-back and give that little massage. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Nice. Inhale back. And exhale forward. Good. Arms at the sides. Legs are pretty wide. We're going to take a deep breath in, stick our arms back. Stick the bottom up, exhale as you hinge forward at the hips. And keep your knees nice and bent, and you're just going to go until you feel that stretch in your hamstrings. You want to keep your head and chest up, and you want to keep reaching back with your thumbs out. Palms are down towards the ground. We're breathing here. Good. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, scoop it and pull yourself up with the bungee. Good. Now give it a little twist. That kind of loosens everything and lightens it all up. Good. We're going to do that again. So we've got our hands out to the sides. We're going to reach back and take a deep breath. As we exhale, we're going to bend our knees and hinge forward at the hips. We're really sticking that bottom back, and we're feeling it right here, kind of in those lower to mid hamstrings. Really good. I like to wiggle kind of into it till I get to that nice little setting point, but you want to make sure you're breathing deeply, and all your weight's in your heels. If you see I can kind of wiggle my toes, you really want to do that. Good. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, scoop it, and then let the bungee pull you up. Very good. We're going to do a little twist. Nice. Now bring feet in just a tiny bit. On this little sheet thing, my feet tend to slip, so I have to keep readjusting. Make sure you readjust as you need to, okay, because that's really important with all this. So we're sticking our hands back, thumbs are out, palms are forward. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, this time keep your knees straight and hinge forward. Your bottom goes back, your legs stay planted. You can't go as far this time. You may not even be able to look up at the TV. You might be looking down towards the ground, but make sure you keep that back nice and flat. And you're going to feel that stretch go all the way down the back of your legs. And you're going to breathe. You hear me breathing. And you're going to take a deep breath here. As you exhale, scoop it first and then let the bungee pull you up. Very good. So your hips are doing the work, not your back. Isn't that nice? We'll do that one more time. So thumbs are out, palms are forward. Take a deep breath, reach back. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips, keeping those knees nice and straight. Once again, you can kind of wiggle down into it if you want, but make sure those knees stay straight. See, mine like to come forward. I got to straighten them out. And our feet are still fairly parallel. Toes are loose. Weights in your heels. Feel it stretch in your low back and in your hamstrings. Inhale. Exhale, scoop it and pull yourself up. Very good. Twist it. Oh, isn't that lovely? All right, now, so I want you to bring your feet back to about hip width. Mine are a little bit wider, shoulder width there. I don't know. They're comfy. It's the big thing with this one. So, but to make sure that the feet are in that parallel position. That's the most important thing for stability. Weight is equally distributed across your whole foot. And you're going to bring your elbows, your elbows in, bungees are up under your armpits, and your hands are like you're holding a tray of cookies. And we're going to share our cookies. Yay! So palms out, and we're going to inhale. As we exhale, we're just going to reach out to the sides and bring it back in as you inhale. Good. Try to keep those hands out to the sides as much as possible. Exhale, push it way out. Inhale in. Try to keep those shoulder blades together in the back through this whole thing. Exhale. It's kind of hard. Inhale in. Exhale. Try to keep your palms up and inhale in. Exhale and shake out your arms. So we are in my living room. If you have anything that you can hold in your hand while you're doing this without keeping your fingers around it, you can push it out and bring it in. So anything that you can do to try to keep that palm as upward as possible, as flat as possible. Good. All right. Now, we're going to allow the bungees to come on the outsides of our elbows, and our palms are going to be up. We want our feet pretty wide, and we're going to put our palms towards the wall besides us, okay? So now it's going to be like we're pushing that wall away, and you want to keep your body stable, and all you're doing is just moving your arm flat out to the side, flat out to the side. Nice. If you want to turn your head and watch, that way you can see if your palm is staying flat towards that wall. See, you want to kind of feel like the walls are coming in around you, but you're just pushing one end away at a time. Good. You want to keep those shoulders back in the back still. Shoulders blades together, I should say. Everything's up. Your hips are tilted forward. Your abs are engaged. Your weight's mostly in your heels, but kind of halfway across all your toes. Good. One more on each side. Push, and you feel it in your biceps, in your elbows. Good. Reach, and we're going to relax our arms first. Give those wrists a break, and then round it out and release. And go ahead and let your arms fall out of the bungees. Very good. So now we have the bungees back. We're going to take a deep breathing break for just a second. Get your breath. I know this is a lot of work on your arms and legs and back and everything, which it's supposed to be. And good, we got the bungees back into regular standard position. I'm going to bring my feet in just a little bit because I'm feeling a little bit of taxing on the outsides of my feet. And I'm going to come forward just a hair. I want you to take your bungees and take your pinkies and rest your pinkies on your hips. And all you're going to do is you're going to push forward on the bungee just until you feel that tension on the bungee. You're going to stick your bottom back and you're going to lower and then come back up, but you're not going to come all the way up. You're only going to come about 3/4 of the way up. Weights in your heels, toes are rested. Toes are I don't know, flexible. And you're going to keep just lowering and bringing it back up. Now you're feeling this in your sits bone area. And the reason we're only coming 3/4 of the way up is because if we come all the way up to the top, then we're stopping the tension on the muscles. And we want to keep those muscles tense through the whole time, because that way it's working the muscles better and working it more. See? More altogether means a shorter period of time. Isn't that nice? And down, keep the tension on the arms. And down, remember the weight's in the heels. And if I go sideways, you can see that my shins are really not moving a whole lot. Most of the motion is in the thighs and the hips and the back. And by keeping the weight in the heels, too, like I always say, it takes all the pressure off your knees. And we'll do 2 more. 1 and 2. That feels really good. And bring it back up. Now push those hips as forward as you can and let your low back have a break. Good. And shake it out. Doesn't that feel good? All right. Feet comfy width apart. Feet are parallel. So that's really important. Every so often you need to make sure you're looking down and making sure that your feet have the same distance between your toes and your heels. That'll help with your hips. All right, so right now we're just going to take the bungees at our hips, leg bungees. We're going to glue our elbows to our ribs, and we're just going to lift up and put down. And lift up and put down, and really grab onto it. That's going to help with hand strength and grip strength. And lift up and down. And you're breathing too. I know so many things to think about. Weights mostly in your heels, knees are soft, hips are tucked under. We're lifting and lowering. And now open your hands, shake out your shoulders, take your thumbs out to the side so your thumbs are kind of pointing at the wall away from you, and lift up and lower here. And let the bungee give your wrist a little break and a little stretch. And that really feels really nicely. And you're working a different form or different area of your biceps when you're doing it this way too. Go for 4 and breathe. Is that 3, 2, And 1. Hold it here. Take a deep breath. Pulse it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release it, and shake out those arms. Very good. And we're going to inhale up and exhale down. Good. One more of those. Inhale up and exhale down. Now let your hands fall out of the bungees. And we're going to inhale up, reach up like you're pushing the air together. And then flip your hands away and push the air away. Very nice. One more time. Inhale up. Bring the air in. Flip it around. Exhale. Good. Now we're going to take our hands up. Plug your fingers into the sky. Reach way up. Reach, 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 reach. Flip your hands forward. Take your elbows and pretend you're scraping that back wall behind you. Oh, that feels so good in so many ways. Good. You're feeling it in the front and the back. Inhale up. Reach. Flip your hands forward. Exhale. Scrape the back wall with your elbows. All right, great. Take the tie 4 here and undo it and just let it fall to the floor. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good. We're going to bring our feet together. Inhale up. Grab your hands together. Take your left hand and grab your right wrist and pull. And exhale as you bend to the left. Good. Inhale back up. Exhale as you pull the other one and bend the other direction. Nice big stretch. Good. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more. Inhale up. Exhale down. And very good. You did a good job for showing up today. Thank you. And I'll see you again next time.